is Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited to be testing a whole face of Flower Beauty for you today. I have never received any PR from them, and when they decided to send me something, they sent me like a lot of things, okay? So I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to try everything at once. I cannot believe how generous they were. So even though they sent these products to me in PR, they didn't ask me to like make a video or share content or anything with them. Like, this is just me wanting to try it for you guys. As you know, this is Drew Barrymore's brand and I absolutely love her. For some reason, my most vivid memory of Drew Barrymore in movies is 50 First Dates. I know she's been on a lot of other things since then, but that movie always makes me laugh. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So this first item is the Flower Beauty CBD Chill Out Color Corrector in Light Peach L1. So it comes in this little pot, and it is a under eye color corrector that most people will use it for. This is what the shade looks like. It actually looks like a very nice shade. I personally don't use color correctors. Somehow I have not accumulated dark circles thus far in my life, so I'm not gonna dip into this because I'm gonna see if I have a friend that could use it instead. What I will try for you though is their foundation and their makeup sponge. So this is their 3-in-1 blending sponge, and they sent this Serum foundation in 2 shades. This bottle is glass. It comes in a pump, which I absolutely love. It feels super luxurious. As I shake them, they are very runny, so it is going to be probably a lighter foundation, which I have been enjoying this summer. I just dampened the sponge and it feels really nice. It actually has a little bevel edge on one side versus the other sides are round. I am going to try the Serum foundation in shade Nude L3. And I am just going to go ahead and pump this on my face. There we go. Hopefully that's the right color. But like I said, it is like very runny, which I could tell from like it being in the bottle. It has sort of like an herby smell to it. It's not that strong. I also feel like this might be a little bit light for me. So the other shade they sent is M1, and I'm actually going to try to layer this over. I want to do a second layer. Oh, it's on my pants now. I want to do a second layer because I feel like that first layer was quite sheer, which I do enjoy foundations that you're able to build up instead of it being like, you know, always so heavy coverage, especially now that it's summertime. Okay, so this is with what I would say is a generous 2 layers of that foundation on my face. I would say that it is a sheer to light coverage. It does give you this like really healthy glow, but it's not going to really cover a whole bunch of like your acne scars or anything like that. Because of the texture, I feel like it would have applied really nicely with my fingers as well if that's what you prefer. Next, let's try their concealer. This is their Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer in shade L1-2, which is Fair. This comes in your standard doe foot applicator and it feels really nice. Sometimes with full coverage concealers, I'm afraid that it's going to feel very cakey, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna be that. The sponge is almost like too big for my under eyes. That texture was really nice. It feels really hydrating. They also sent the shade Sand Sable, which is M0. I feel like this one is going to be a little bit warmer, which I probably should have gone with in the first place. But I'm just going to kind of try to cover my blemishes up here a little bit, just because it says it's full coverage, so I wanted to test it. It definitely sits kind of in between medium and full coverage, but oh my gosh. The texture of these though, like so creamy. Next I have this Fiber Fix Brow Gel in the shade Brunette. It comes in your standard white brow gel packaging and the brush is small, which I love. I have figured out that I don't actually really like the big brushes. Like the ones that almost look like mascara brushes, that does not work for me. But I am going to be brushing this through. The gel texture is quite soft, like it's not waxy at all. It is quite pigmented and I like this color match for me. Next, let's move on to eyeshadow. This is their Nude Remix eyeshadow palette. This is what the shades look like. I cannot wait to test this blue here at the end. It also comes with a brush. The brush is actually not bad. I think I would like actually use the brush. I'm gonna skip the swatching and just jump right in. I'm going into this matte color right here with the brush that they provided, and I'm going to start buffing that into my crease. The brush was a little bit too pointed for this purpose, so I'm gonna grab a different brush, but I will go back to that brush here in a little bit. So I am building this color up a bit, and it is blending out quite nicely. There is a ton of fallout in the pan though, if that bothers you. Okay, I'm going into this darkest color here, this like grayish color, with the brush that came with the palette, and I am going to blend this into the outer thirds of my eye. Blending this into my crease as well. To be honest, I'm pleasantly surprised. Before I jump into that blue that's in that palette, I'm gonna go ahead and take the concealer that they sent me and do a little cut crease with it. I just want to give the blue a good base to kind of stick to. Give it a real chance to shine, you know? That concealer was pretty easy to do the cut crease with, by the way. So I'm going to take a stiff brush and go in with this blue. I'm going to be packing this sort of in this middle section because I think I'm going to try a different shimmer by my inner corner. So I could have sworn that this looked shimmery in the palette, but I don't think it is. It might be matte. Upon closer inspection, I think it's a satin. So let's take this purple that is definitely a shimmer. It looks very shimmery in the palette. And pack this onto the inner corner, or I guess inner half, not the corner. I'm actually kind of shocked how like dark these colors are paying off, because usually when it looks like this in the palette, I'm like, yeah, probably not gonna be that pigmented, but I'm impressed. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that dark brown from above my eye to under my eyes here, just to smoke this out. I'm gonna take this light shimmery pearl here and just pop this into the inner corners of my eyes. Oh yeah. They also sent their black eyeliner. This is their precision tip and automatic pencil. It's got a built-in sharpener in the back of it. That's convenient. With this, I'm gonna go into my upper lid, kind of very close to the lash line, and then I'm also going to tight line the upper waterline. Hell, I'm already here. I'm gonna do the bottom one too. Next, I have their Warrior Princess Mascara. This is what that brush looks like. It is quite big, and it's that like kind of hourglass shape. I'm just wiping the excess off on the top of the mascara because there is a lot on this brush. I don't normally curl my lashes, so I'm not gonna do it here. So first impressions, it is a lot less clumpy than I thought it would be, just from like how much product was on this brush. So make sure you guys wipe off the excess. So here's how my lashes look now. A lot of mascaras, I find that when I'm applying them, I'm like indifferent, and then as the day goes on, some of them flake, some of them like run, so I obviously don't have any like longevity opinions right now. Next, this is the Lift and Sculpt contouring palette. So this is the light to medium palette. It feels like it's gonna be a little light, but let's just find out. So I'm taking a fluffy brush and I am going into the hollows of my cheeks with the bronzing color. I like that it is matte. I don't like contouring with like a shimmery bronzer or anything. It blends really nicely actually, and it's not patchy at all. It's just not super pigmented, so I'm having to go over a couple of times, but that doesn't bother me. For blush, instead of using the one out of this palette, I'm going to be using this Blush Bomb Color Drops for Cheeks, it says. This is in the shade Pinched. I have been so obsessed with like cream or liquid blushes. This makes me nervous, so I'm not going to put it directly on my face, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it come through the tube, but it's like kind of like a concealer-like texture. So it's not liquid, which is good because I feel like I would just go overboard with that. So I'm just going to put a little bit there and use the bottom of the blender and bounce that in. Feel like I need more. So the color I also feel like is pretty close to my skin tone, so I'm not sure how well it's going to show up. I might have to layer that other one on here, but let me see. I love the way that it blends in though. The texture is really nice. And if this is a better color for your skin tone, I feel like it would show up more, but it's just kind of blending in for me and it is kind of sheer. Good idea, good concept, good packaging. Just maybe could have used a different color for me, you know? I am going to be tapping into this highlighter right here and just popping this onto the tops of my cheeks. Normally I would use a brush, but because of the blush, I feel like my cheeks are a little tacky and it would just be really patchy if I used a brush. I mean, as if I was not already dewy enough, but I like this. This is nice. Real quick, back to this contour palette. I know it says it's light to medium, but I would say that if you're any darker than me, really, you might want to go with the one that's darker than this because I'm at like the very, very light range of medium. And like this looks nice, but I feel like if I were to get any tanner, it wouldn't work that well. Onto lips, they actually sent quite a few things. This little pot is, oh, I guess there's a seal on there, which is good. This is their lip scrub. This is what that looks like. It feels very balmy, like it's like melting on my fingers. And I'm just scrubbing this in. The scrub in this is not real coarse. It feels really fine, like finer than sugar. I am going to wipe that off though so that I can try a different lip product. So, two different lip products. This first one is Color Shift Lip Smoothie. And that does not tell me anything about that product. I have no idea what it is still. Oh, it's like a gel. Or I mean a gloss. So I'm just going to squeeze some onto my hand here for you. And dab that out. Okay, I like that. Not gonna lie, it feels a little sticky though. This product I'm very curious about. I hope you can see this on the screen as I'm rotating it, but it is literally like a powder. Very intrigued. This is their Powder Play lip color. Oh my gosh, it's like a doe foot. I'm afraid it's gonna go everywhere. That is so strange. It is literally a doe foot applicator, but it's like a powder. So I'm gonna try this on my hand. Okay. It's like it turned into like an actual lip color. Okay, we're gonna try this. I'm dipping this back in. Okay, so I'm taking this doe foot into my lips and kind of just swiping it on as if it's any other lip gloss or liquid lipstick. I don't love the doe foot applicator because it has this indent in it that is not intuitive to like lining my lips, but the color is going on surprisingly well. I'm actually shocked and I don't know what kind of magic this is. It feels really light on my lips. It is not transfer proof, so it did transfer a little bit on my hand, but it feels really nice. The only thing I would caution is because it is a powder, when you take that doe foot applicator out of the container, it wants to like poof, so can be a little messy. So the last item I have in here, I actually did not know that this is an eye product, so I guess I can't be trying it on my eyes for you. This is the Watercolor Eye Tint, and to be honest, it kind of looks like it's separated, but because, do you hear that? There is a little metal ball in it, so I think it is meant to separate. This also has a bit of a doe foot applicator. I actually wish the lip thing had this applicator, but let me just try this. Oh, okay. So that's very sheer. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it. Is that obvious on camera? I think maybe as I shift it around the light. The powder is getting onto my teeth. Okay, wait, the actual last thing that they sent is this Seal the Deal long-lasting setting spray, which is a matte finish. I really wish they would have sent a setting powder because of how serum-y, like skincare-y that foundation was. I felt like I was scared that it would move on me, so the fact that this is a matte finish is good. The mist was quite fine, but I would not say that this is a matte finish. Also, to be honest, I don't normally use setting sprays. I just don't feel like they do anything for me, so I don't feel like I have a good opinion to give here. Anyway, so that is it on my full face test wear of all this Flower Beauty makeup. Oh my goodness. This was quite fun to try, and a lot of the products worked better than I thought it would from looking at them. But yeah, I love how affordable this brand is, and there really is something for everyone. Let me know if there's anything you saw today that you would love to try, or any favorites that you have from Flower Beauty that did not come in my package that I should go pick up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!